James Held at Eiffel TV in association with Matt Collins Gym. With me I've got the former face of boxing in Ireland. The man, one of the laziest men you will ever meet on the whole circuit, none other than Leonard Gunning. How are you?
How are you doing? You alright?
I'm alright. What's happening? What's the story?
Down to watch Peter McDONAGH. You know, he's on a run, and you know, he's coming to the end of his career, but he's got one big night left in him, I think. One big night left in him. So, you know, what he needs to do is get past a routine fight tonight. And you never know. It could be an offer on the table because he's strung it together. What, 10 wins now or something like that since he's MGM.
Correct, yeah, 10 wins if he wins tonight.
So MGM have done wonders for him, you know, and he loves it. He goes out there to look after him, and he's turned around his career, hasn't he? So it's great.
Can't have you here without talking about what's been going on in Northern Ireland and Ireland in general. We've seen Michael Conlon turn pro with Top Rank. Fantastic move for him and the MGM. Brilliant to see that come to fruition. We've also seen Katie Taylor turn over with Eddie Hearn. And none other than Paddy Barnes as well. Making
glorious. What a glorious week. Not a great year for Irish boxing last year. You know, well reported issues in the Republic of Ireland. So a lot of people are turning away from boxing. But this, such a boost. What an absolute boost. You know, you got Katie Taylor, model, professional, model, boxer, absolute idol in Ireland. It's be interesting to see how she goes, because her humble attitude and her demeanour is perfect for the amateurs, because it's kind of classy. Amateurs is a bit more classy than pros. Whereas it'll be interesting to see how that transforms into the pro game, where it's a bit dirtier and a bit more people slagging each other off, a bit more verbose, which ain't her. She won't do that. So it'll be just interesting how it sort of plays out. But hopefully she brings big time boxing back to Ireland, because it needs it. Do
you think she could be the one to spearhead women's boxing and really give it that push?
Well, she brought almost single-handedly amateur boxing into the mainstream and into the Olympics, and she's been the face of that for 10 years nearly. So she was able to do it there. Whether she's able to do it like on a level that Ronda Rousey has done it for UFC or Cyborg, whether she's able to do that for female professional boxing, I don't know, because boxing is a little bit more of an old school. It's got a bit more of an old school following, and they're a bit more set in their ways, and they probably don't like to see female boxing, which I didn't either. I didn't really like to see female boxing until I saw Katie Taylor, and then that changed my mind. So I think she could change a lot of minds. I hope she's able to do it, but there's a lot of question marks still,
Do you think this will shine a bit more light on the other female boxers? I know there's two other professional female boxers in Ireland. You've got
Christina McMahon, who's fighting for a world title in December in Ireland.
You've also got Lynn Harvey as well.
Lynn Harvey at the Celtic Warriors gym, who's fighting next week in the National Stadium.
Do you think this will shine a bit more of a light on what
Well, it has to. Even though they're at different weights. I think Lynn's at fly and Christina's at bantam, and Katie will be at lightweight probably. Even though they're at different weights, it'll all of her opponents, they'll be looking for opponents, and they'll be looking to build opponents and all that kind of stuff. So it has to. It can't be anything but good. You know, can't be anything but good.
Let's talk a little bit about your latest signing as well. I've seen you've been at it again, finding new talent and developing them. Let's talk a little bit about Eric Donovan. How has this come about?
Yes, the Lily White Lightning, Eric Donovan, absolute legend. There's not much development to be done. He's a fully fledged world level amateur European medalist, 5-time Irish elite champion, one of the smartest and nicest guys you'll find coming into the boxing game, which boxing, we're shy on that kind of people. We're shy on it. He's a smart guy. It's so easy to manage him because he knows what he wants. He knows how to sell himself. And he's a bit like, in a way, he's a bit like Katie, consummate professional.
Did he train with Katie Taylor?
Yes, he's one of her main sparring partners for the Olympics, and they were on the high performance team. So, Katie turning pro could be good for Eric, because he sells a lot of tickets, and he's friendly with Katie. So there'll be a synergy there between the crowds. They could really help each other as well. So that'd be great. That'd be great. But he's looking to make waves. He's got a second fight next week, November the 5th, Saturday, November the 5th, National Stadium, on the first ever Red Corner Promotions show. So there's a good show going on there. That's in Dublin, and that's on November the 5th. And he's got a pretty decent opponent, Kasper Kovac. decent Romanian, he's got a winning record. He's had a few wins in England as well, so he's not one of those that's just had his wins in the gym over there. He beat Ian Bailey, who was 11-1. So he's beating a guy that was 11-1 over here, so it's a big upset. And like,
been Southern Area champion Ian Bailey.
Well, there you go. And he's knocked out a guy over here, and he's had a couple of wins on points as well. So you know, he's game, really game, dangerous. And there's not many people who would face him in his second fight. But Eric, World Series of Boxing experience with the Astana Irelands, so he's got a lot going for him. So he's ready to jump levels and start jumping into Irish title contention straight away in the new year.
No worries when putting him into an Irish title fight.
Well, maybe a Celtic Nation. We need to have an 8-round fight first to qualify for the Irish title. I would put him in for an Irish title straight away, but he needs to have he needs to tick a box and have an 8-round fight. We'd probably have a Celtic Nations title fight. And, you know, there's a lot of names that have been thrown at us.
There's a lot of good fighters around that weight, isn't there? Especially from Ireland.
Listen, he'd fight anyone from 126 pounds to 132.
So who
Anybody.
Are you talking about? You're talking John O'Carroll.
Declan Geraghty.
Jamie Kavanagh.
Correct.
Who else would be in that?
Well, you've got Declan Geraghty who's going to fight James Tennyson.
Good fight. Then.
So that's an Irish title fight. Now we would fight the winner or fight the loser. Two great guys. Be great. Both all of them be great fights. I'd fancy my guy in it. And they would be big sellers. But there's Paul Hyland, there's James Fryers, there's a lot of guys in Belfast and a lot of guys in Dublin. And 2017, anybody wants it, come knocking on my door. I'll do a joint show with you, do whatever you want, we take the fight. As long as there's an Irish title on the fight. Because hopefully in 2 to 3 years, he'll be knocking on the door of a European title fight. Because he's 31 now, he's just turned 31. So it's time to start motoring, probably got 3 years, but he wants to achieve it all in 3 years. He's got the talent, and he's got the style, and he sells tickets more importantly, and he's a dream to work with. Brilliant, I love him. He's a great lad.
All right, well, I look forward to hearing some future developments on Donovan.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us a bit of your time today. I know how busy you are.
I know.
Said no human to you ever about anything, and we'll catch you again real soon.
James, you're a legend. Cheers, mate. Thank you.